Hello. Hello. I'm hoping this is working. Yes, it is. There we go. We are here.
Yeah.
Thank God
I
for
love
that. Yeah. I gotta stop trusting OBS because it gives you like a weird delay. I keep thinking we're not live. Is anyone actually seeing this? It's like, no, you are. So hello, and welcome to Tales of the Third Spire, episode 4. Who'd have thought we made it this far? We haven't had the TPK yet, although there was a minor thread of it yesterday.
Yeah.
Last week.
It's
Yes.
coming.
The friends you make along the way is a TPK, yada yada yada. So I'm not going to go and yak on. But to start with, my name is Hedgehog. You can find me here mostly at Hedgehog UK Online. That is me. I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves, who they are, where you can find them, and what their characters are. And I'm going to go in reverse order. I'm going to start with AJ this time. I'm going to break the order.
Last and least. First, but most. It's me. I'm AJ. I'm an actor, singer, a director, and those fun things that are really good to do but don't pay much money. I can be found on Instagram as AJ the actor. I can be found on Instagram at AJ_Dean. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. No, come and find me, and we'll share jokes, puns, and Lego and cats. Ways of the sun.
Did you do a character intro? I can't remember.
No,
that would be also quite useful as well.
Oh well, I mean, less importantly, the character that I am puppeteering, called T4B and Night Elf officer, and he is quite mischievous and has very little respect for authority, but he seems to be, in some respects, the most sensible of the group. Who'd have thunk it?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
On to, I was about to say Mike/Craig, like whatever alias you're using today.
Yeah, I am Mike, an actual human person, with no acting jobs or skills. So I'm not an actor. And Josh, left out here. Maybe I am an actor. I am an actor, by self-proclamation. I am, unlike Craig on Twitter. No, I'm not. I get confused. I've got many. Lumberjack K on Twitter, Run Like Craig on here, Run Like Craig on Instagram. It's all very confusing. All poker back in the days when I did that for actual work. I play Eo, lovable mass murdering Earth Genasi fighter. Somehow turning into the moral compass of the group. If you exclude the mass murder bit. But yeah, he lovable dumb guy, just like me.
Oh jeez. Right. Let's move on before we get derailed. On to Joshy.
I'm Josh for call. Just don't call me late for dinner. Unless I am late for dinner. I'm not a real person, contrary to popular belief, and you can never prove it. Do it. Try and prove it. You can find me online at Joshy Longlegs in most places. Also the DM for a really wicked podcast. Nice, we're going to start releasing episodes again soon. A bit more normal. What else is there to say? My character is called Bin Beer. They're a sorcerer. They have an arm situation. And I think it's imperative that you all know that Bin doesn't.
Yeah, well, yeah, he has a temporary arm now. He's not armless anymore.
Yeah, he's got one real meat arm
Yep.
and one
One
real
fish
astral
arm.
arm.
Yep.
Yeah, one meat, one fish. Got
One
five,
vegetarian.
Yeah,
Five-
surf and turf. Got surf and turf arms.
got 5 grain. 2 dairy,
Added vitamins.
and then
Iron.
1 sugar at the top. 1 sugar arm on the top.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Welcome.
yep. Welcome to our funny little world. So, a couple things before we start. I've moved the shout out to the front. I figured that'd be much more logical
Ooh.
because that makes more sense. And I've upgraded. Nightbot works. So I can actually type in codes now and they actually do things, which makes me very, very happy. So to start off with, I want to give a shout out to our lovely friends over at Some Other Heroes and Click. And aha, there we go. The links are in the chat. It works. Some Other Heroes is fantastic D&D AP set in homebrew, and there goes the script. Let's try again. It's a fantastic D&D AP set in a homebrew world full of floating cities, airships, unlike a set of heroes, and very strange, mystical, mythical things. I think I did that right. It is a truly wonderful story, full of highs and lows and adventure and comedy. It's also the only streamable podcast in the whole of the universe where you'll see so much cheese. Edible cheese, not cheesy cheese.
Which is surprising because half the cast are vegan.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why. Fixation.
Projection.
My camera dropped out for everyone.
Yes, it has.
Yes, it just has. I've only just realised that now that you're pulling a face on stream. Give me a second. I will just turn your
Can
camera
we reproduce
off,
mine?
and then I will turn you back on and see if that refreshes it. Please.
This week we're going to be launching a starter. Help Mike to instance anything.
Yeah, anything at all.
Before it dies.
2 windows, just 2 windows.
There we
Here we
go.
go.
My computer has been fine on every other stream, so I'm just saying.
Clearly my fault. Right. Second shout out time, and I'm gonna type the code before I say it. So one day I'll get this automated to the point where it's actually much more slicker, but minor production increases at a time. So the second shout out I want to do is to Manapot Studios, the wonderful TTRPG channel which I am on a Monday doing Starfinder. That's it. I had to think then. My brain had to process that. But it's not just Starfinder. They do loads of stuff all week, both on the EU sphere, the American sphere, I think even the Asian sphere a little bit as well. So you're literally never bored for content. They have their Vampire the Masquerade game, which I thought was supposed to be after this tonight, but actually it's on Sunday. I don't know whether I scribbled that wrong in my calendar or whether I'm just hallucinating, but that's tomorrow. Is it 5:30 GMT? I want to say. That's definitely, yeah. We have to reschedule. No, I'm fine. I have this actually written out in
Not
my...
insane.
No, I have it in my calendar. I circle all the streams I want to watch on a calendar. So it was like, oh, wait a minute, that's not quite right. That doesn't match up with my calendar. No, that's fine. Last but not least, a personal shout out for our channel. As you may have seen on Twitter this morning, or this afternoon when I posted it, we have a Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi? Any idea which one it is?
I think it's meant to be coffee.
Coffee, I think, yeah, like buy me a coffee.
Like, buy me a coffee.
Don't.
Yeah.
But they put a tweet out saying it's not coffee. It's like, stop trying to mess with my
Oh.
brain.
I think it's pie.
This is like Jif Sif all
Yeah,
over
it
again.
is.
I think it's just phi. I think the KO hyphen is silent.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we have a
Fine.
website where if you like what you see here and would like to see it get even better, you can donate money, which means we can improve things. I might be able to afford art.
It's Kofi. I think it's Kofi.
Okay, we're gonna say
Kofi
Kofi.
Annan.
Okay, well, we're gonna go with Kofi.
It's Kofi because my partner did have an interview with him.
There we
I
go.
was like, how do you say it? I need to know how to say it first.
There we go. It's Kofi. Brilliant. But yes, there are some membership tiers on there, which at the moment I put you blank because I can't really offer you anything. But as we get more and more stuff in and we get bigger and better, there'll be some nice stuff on there. In spirit of Steelhaven Adventures Guild, each of the tiers are marketed almost like a multi-level marketing scheme, starting at the the Jade tier and going up to the double black diamond tier. Which I'm pretty sure in skiing sounds is double black diamond. I think is death, isn't it? But
Yeah, that's like you will die if you.
yes, but yeah, there's all out there if you're interested. I'll keep plugging that until cows come home. Right, that's everything on my end. I think we're ready to begin. So, who wants to talk about what the heck happened last time?
I think.
Okay.
I would say not me, as I was only here for half a session. So yeah.
So, last time we were in the car, speeding off in Larissa and her. They all went into a forest, but there was enough path to follow. Larissa, you may recall, a fairly rich guy from town back there. We don't know if we like him yet. Anyway, so she's been taken. We're off to try and get her back. On the way, we cross an orc who we decided to creep up on so much. I'm surprised we didn't attack. He turned out to be a nice orc. Told us some very cheap potions. Nice of him, and it was a good job we didn't kill him. He invited us to go and see him at his hut and let us know where it was. We then continued our pursuit. We decided that we had been pursuing him for long enough and we were all getting a little tired, so we pulled over to camp overnight in an old tumble-down temple. Within the temple, we found a strange setup with 12 pillars on. We recognized these carved symbols on the pillars. One of them we recognized as the symbol of Moradin, a very old symbol of Moradin. We didn't really recognize any of the others. In the middle was a pedestal. And while we were each taking our watches, there was a strange voice, which T4B wasn't entirely sure what it was, but kind of managed to ignore. Bin did not manage to ignore it and went over to inspect it and ended up talking to Gabriel again. He had a conversation with Gabriel, who was surprised to hear from him, having been summoned by Bin, and Bin wasn't entirely sure how it happened. So they had a little chat. Bin, in his inimitable, frustrating style.
I resent that.
You can resent it all you like. So Gabriel got irritated and frustrated enough that he then blessed the finger bone that Bin wears around his neck to make it basically into a spellcasting focus to replace Bin's lost mechanical arm. However, Bin then went to sleep, and Geo also managed to summon Gabriel. Gabriel, by this point, was not entirely sure what the hell was going on. So Geo basically prayed for Gabriel to, well, he basically prayed for Bin to have his arm replaced. Gabriel agreed to replace Bin's arm with this astral arm, which he can salmon like a fish, which he can summon a certain number of times a day, and that will operate in exactly the same way as his old mechanical arm. In the morning, we then proceeded to chase after Larissa and her captors. before coming across a camp. We were going to softly in, decided that wouldn't make much of a difference. So essentially, we just charged him. And we currently have slaughtered everybody we've come across in a fairly nasty fashion. However, we have a feeling that Larissa is being removed or shortly to be removed from the site. So we are currently in hot pursuit, on foot, at the site, hoping that we can catch up with her before she is lost, potentially forever.
Hey, see, this is the best part about having players that pay attention, because you guys remember things that I don't remember. Then I go, oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it? The only bit we missed out there was the rather emotional scene where Gio asked if his father was okay.
Apologies, I didn't make any notes. I did all of that from my memory, so...
That is impressive. Yes, I was going to clip that moment for a short on YouTube, but it's like that every time I watch that, it still pings me in the heart a little bit, and I'm like, I can't edit that. That feels too sacred, so I'm going to leave that in, and I went for salmon instead. Because jokes sell.
Yeah.
That's why we have comedians.
Comedy.
That's about my level of comedy there. Right. I think we should go forward and carry on our little story. Let me just press the button on the music. So, you managed to successfully dispatch the bandits that were at the front of the camp. Finn, you can recall, feeling that connection open and feeling his arm, only to then, a minute or two later, feel it disappear. By the time you get into the bandit camp, it looks completely deserted. The whole camp is kind of surrounded by those palisade walls in a complete circle. So there's no way in, no way out, except the way you've just come through. But there's hastily thrown books and boxes and crates all over the place. It looks like people were hastily either packing or unpacking. At the back, you see a metal cage, large enough for a humanoid, but it is unfortunately empty.
Any little black dots anywhere around that we think we might be able to force open and maybe lose an arm in?
Not that you can see at the moment, unfortunately.
And are any of the discarded items, like the books and things like that, any of those of interest, or are they like Mills and Boone?
Give me an investigate check.
Okay.
As you try and figure out what books are of use and what books are not of use.
That is a 15.
A lot of these books are... most of them are fiction. Not quite Mills and Boone's fiction, but, sort of fiction you'd read to keep yourself company while whittling away the night. There are a couple of other books here. One of them's like an invoice book that traces some level of transaction between an entity only known as K, and they seem to be for large sums of money. So this K entity has in the past 2 months alone deposited about 400 gold approx. This group.
Okay.
Aside from that, there's another book which is like an infantry log that suggests... I mean, these bandits may have been bandits, but they were quite meticulous about cataloguing what they've taken and what they do with it. So a lot of the stuff you see kind of matches what the Penfold carts were missing.
Sure.
In fact, you'd probably go as far as to say the goblins probably weren't responsible for most of those raids, if any. Maybe just that one. That,
or maybe or perhaps they were just acting as fences for a lot of it. Basically.
Possibly they could have been, but you can't see any financial transactions suggesting that they've been bought from another group of people.
Okay.
So it would be difficult to tell if that was the case. In fact, in one of the other books you see, there actually is like a diary, and there is an entry in there that does mention that they've spotted that some goblins have moved into the area, but they don't seem to be causing any trouble to the bigger group. Therefore, they're just going to let them be. But if they start siphoning off their income flow, then something may have to be done. So maybe in one way you've managed to save some goblins in one way or
Sure.
another. There is another book which is almost like a daily planner. It feels a bit weird, bandits having a yearly planner, but in it are scrambled dates of when shipments from Penfold Estate going in and out arrive, as well as the closest meeting you can find is one that says it's for tomorrow. And it says K hyphen meetup usual spot Emrose. And that's it, unfortunately.
Rose.
Emrose. Emrose.
And is like a name, capitalized E, like it's
Capitalized E, yeah, capitalized E. I mean, you've been here long enough now to summarize that Emrose is a reference to Emrose Forest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some sort of meeting going on there tomorrow. And that's about it in that regard. In the books.
That K might be Quinn. It's a name we were given.
You are right there. Yes. Good. Good astuting. Yes. You have astuted many, yes. Yes, good. Good. Could be Quinn, yes. It could also be... No, it's probably only Quinn.
It's amazing what some game knowledge will do for you. Yeah, books-wise, that's all you really see. The stuff that's been left behind here that was being packed away is pretty worthless in and of itself. So, I mean, you can pick up, you can pick up a couple gold pieces each. There's been left lurking around. It's free gold.
Yeah, and does that count also the same? I mean, obviously we've missed the others, so I guess we're going to pillage we're going to loot the bodies because there's plenty around. May as well.
Yeah, I'll say for that you combined probably find. I'll roll a d6. Let's see how much you find. You find 5 gold pieces each in terms of like little trinkets that you can sell when you get back to
so each
Willowshire.
Gets +7. Nice.
Okay. A little bits and bobs.
Yep.
Yeah, so you've got the cage at the back. You've got a few other little tents, but nothing sort of stands out as, this is something's going on.
Assuming there isn't a signpost which says this way to the sacrificial chamber, can we look for tracks, maybe? Signs of where the bandits left?
Give me
With
either nature or survival.
We will go with nature, because it's better. 17.
17. So there are tracks, but the problem is that the tracks seem to double back on themselves a little bit. It looks like the plan potentially was to keep her here rather than remove her.
Yeah.
But obviously we now know that she's not here. So something has stepped their plans forward.
So can we intuit, in which case, that they've probably left in a similar fashion to how the goods would be delivered and leave from the goblin camp, and in a similar fashion to the cultist cave and the thing like that.
You can intuit that the bandits have two groups, and because that it took you a day and a bit to get from here to the camp. If the bandit leader was meeting Kay tomorrow, there is no way he'd be here now, or they'd be here now. They'd have had to have left yesterday.
Yeah.
So you can intuit that a second group is gone. So you haven't got all the bandits. But it's strange that Larissa's disappeared. Because potentially that shouldn't have happened.
No, I think I remember you telling Bin that he felt his other arm, like there was the portal had been activated.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
can
felt the
we
connection.
see? Can we see any signs of the portal? Any of the black dots in the air?
Like a
Or
bin
failing
ironing
that-
rod. We'll
There's-
just like point him
I
at
was
it.
gonna say, Bin, can you sense your arm like a compass?
Bin closes his eyes and thinks compassy thoughts.
Give me
Let
an
me have a look at-
Arcana check.
I was going to say, let me just have a brief look at my spells to see if there's anything here
Yeah,
that I think I could.
Give a spelly or give an Arcana check. Either or.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with the Arcana check. That is 18 plus 3, 21.
Ivy.
Okay, so you've divined this before because obviously you decided to go arm in on one of these portals before. So
That felt like a drive-by.
So you know what they look like and how they feel, and you could definitely get that sensation when you're outside the camp fighting your way in. Now that you're inside, you can't feel it anymore. You can feel the remnants near the cage, a bit like you did when you felt the crates disappeared and when you felt where the hole was before. There is no hole now, but as you put your astral arm in the bars of this cage, you get a weird sensation. Kind of
Weirder than having an astral arm?
even weirder. It's almost like portent, almost like you're seeing another place where you shouldn't possibly see, maybe scrying even. You can see in the corner of your mind this image of a dark canopied forest. And putting two and two together and knowing what you know from the books, it's definitely a location somewhere within the Emerald Forest. It's ingrained in your head now, so that if you see it, you'll know it, but you don't know precisely where in the forest this clearing that you're looking at is.
Cool.
Okay, while he's doing that, can I be looking through the diary? Because I know what people are like, and if there's a password for opening the portal, it's probably written down somewhere.
You flick through. Unfortunately, there is no password. There is no... You get the impression from looking at this diary through all these entries, the bandits actually have no idea what's legitimately going on. These are being used as pawns in a much, much bigger game.
Know the feeling.
Yes. All they know is they have a mysterious contact called Kay who pays extremely well and requests very specific items. This one, their last request, literally being, bring me the daughter of Arthur Penfold. Which...
We can't
Well-
get to the forest by tomorrow.
So I have made some conclusions. I need to like turn around. I think there is something in the Emerald's Forest. Based on all of the clues we have been provided by in this completely original idea. There's somewhere in the Everos forest. As Geo says, we can get there in a day.
We
I
can.
think we can find out a way to teleport us there using whatever it is they use. Then we can get there in a now.
Possibly, if you could figure out how they're doing it.
However, I cannot think of a way to do this. I don't have any ways to sort of zhuzh the magic. You know,
No,
zhuzh.
The diary
It's an elven
does-
word.
The zhuzh.
Zhuzh.
The diary does reveal that the meeting tomorrow seems to be penciled in for the evening. A bear in mind, it's morning-ish now. So you've got about
Could get back.
36 hours,
Yeah.
possibly
We've
a
got
little
time
bit
to
longer.
get back.
I mean, the forest is the same distance away from Willershire as we are currently the other side of it at the moment.
Oh, that's right.
Looking at the
Yes.
map.
Yeah, because we're in the
Right.
Gala Mountains. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're
you're
like,
not in the Gala Mountains in its entirety.
Oh, yeah.
You're very much on the outside of it.
sure. We're in the
Um,
foothills.
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah.
foothill section.
Yeah.
The important thing to note here is the terrain between Willowshire and the Emerald Forest is practically flat.
Yeah, it's not swampy foothills.
No.
Yeah.
So you
And
can
we have a
drive,
car.
and you have a car, so you could drive a
Well,
lot faster.
We believe we have a
Oh,
car.
yeah, assuming
we don't know.
How,
We're
how
assuming
would
it's still
we
there.
fit all the horses in the car?
Does everyone remember where they parked?
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
The cage fascinates me. I don't know why Josh is being fascinated by the cage. Cannot tell you. That probably says something.
Do you want
Yeah,
us to lock you in
it's-
now?
Oh my. It is just a simple metal cage. It is enchanted to stop magical spells affecting it. Just in case
Oh.
someone tries to magic their way out. What's interesting is though it doesn't affect the inside of the cage, only the physical cage itself. So that's how the portal can open up on the inside, but you couldn't use magic to unlock it. Or break
So the
it.
cage can't be teleported, but what's
No.
inside the cage can be.
Yes.
That's fascinating. That's very cool. I like the way your mind works.
but the cage was unlocked and open
Unlocked and
when
open.
we got to it.
Yep.
So it's not
Yeah.
like the door has to be shut. It's not like it has
Nope.
to be locked.
Mm.
Um,
Bin will take a scrap of paper
mhm.
and I don't know, a lump of charcoal, a stick of charcoal.
I'd say you have a
And
pencil
lean-
on you.
Yeah, lean on something. Put the paper down. He's not like holding the paper with the astral hand is kind of weird. I feel like the fingers like lightly clip through it. And he just writes, I owe you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bandits. On my way. Okay. And then leaves it in the cage. And closes the door. Closes the
Close
door as well.
I don't think we need to close the door.
And
Doesn't lock
Um,
it, just closes it.
Gio will open the cage door.
Pick up the piece
Yeah,
of
Bin puts it down, closes the door, stands around, thumbs up. Geo opens the door.
Takes out a hunting trap.
and-
In for the penny. Set the hunting trap in the cage,
and,
and then lock it.
you
I hope they don't teleport
notice.
Larissa into there.
It's about the first 30 to 40 seconds. You're just all staring at this cage now with a bear trap and a piece of paper on it, thinking, well, nothing's really going to happen. It can't happen. This is stupid. Why would they react to a piece of paper? And just as you're about to think we should look away, that tiny black dot reappears for a brief second. It
Bin watches the dot.
It begins to open and get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until this black swirling void almost engulfs the entire into the entire cage, and all of a sudden you sort of hear this what the fuck
Charges,
was
yeah,
that?
let's go.
charges
Let's go.
through the door, through the portal, through the
Yeah,
portal,
we're
through the
going,
portal,
we're
through the
going,
portal, through the portal. We're going in, we're
Okay.
going, we're going.
Hustle it.
Okay, okay,
We are
that's
not
fine.
hanging around.
Okay,
They
that's
said
fine.
the key phrase.
Sounds like they got our message.
Okay, I need everyone to give me Constitution saving throws as you're literally hurtling yourself
The vomit comet. I don't know if I said this last
into a
week,
void.
and if this is too much meta commentary, we've all got con save proficiency.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why I clicked it. I don't normally click it, but there we go. That's a 21.
31,
16.
16.
Also a 16.
Okay, so none of you throw up. That's the good news.
Finn's got nothing left to throw.
Yes, you traverse okay. So, as a group, do you prefer higher numbers or lower numbers?
Bigger is always better,
Okay.
right?
Go with it.
AJ's muted.
Hi, it's fine.
Okay. All of you roll me a d20. No modifier, a flat d20.
I only have round d20s. Is that okay? Oh no! I got a 2.
This is a group challenge as well. So,
I got a 15.
I got a 1.
oh
Okay,
no.
hang on. Let me see if I can do anything. Let me see if there's anything I can do.
Yeah, is there nothing I can do? We don't even know what it's for, man. I mean, it's
No, I know.
You're,
I
Can you
know.
retcon yourself into
Yeah,
a
can we go
halfling,
low?
AJ? And then the one will,
Let's turn back time and go low.
That affects that. That does that. That doesn't do anything for me. What about that one? No. All I can do is reduce our numbers. And
so,
You can't reduce mine.
okay.
okay, well, actions have
Consequences.
consequences. So let me just pause that.
Mm.
So you don't really feel particularly lucky at this point, but you do end up arriving somewhere. Just maybe not where you thought you were going to end up. You
Didn't
thought
think we were ending. We didn't know where we were going.
well.
hey,
Well, we were
yes,
hoping the Emerald's
the
Forest,
goblin
let's be
camp
honest.
would work. The goblin camp would work.
Yeah.
It
That's true.
appears that the portal has a failsafe, where if someone who's not authorized attempts to jump through it, it begins to cycle through all possible locations and spit you out at one of those instead of the one that you originally wanted to.
So,
However, it seems it doesn't care who is standing in the portal, which means the person who got their hand stuck in a bear trap also got pulled through with you. You are in a very dark cavern.
Oh, no.
Bin
We're not
might-
in a cavern.
No. Let's be specific here. D4B and Geo haven't seen a cavern.
yeah, you have.
Oh, I've seen a cavern.
Yeah, this is where you lost your arm.
Excellent. Sorry, I thought you were going to be like, you're a cavern with blue growing crystals, and everyone's speaking a language we don't understand.
Yeah.
You're in France.
Yeah. What is this? Pandora?
No. This is a... Looking around, there are lights or torches that are dimly lit in the area. Your immediate response after being thrown out is, where am I? And then you hear the, ow, why? And you just see this hooded figure with essentially a ginormous, massive bear trap around his arm. Why did you have to put a bear trap in there? How?
I would like to attempt to grapple this character, please.
And
That's fair.
look, I'm not even going to make it contested. He's got a bear trap, for crying out loud.
Ooh,
Ooh, AJ, okay.
we've lost AJ.
His connection is unstable.
Snake!
Ah.
Snake!
No,
There we
not
go.
again.
There we go. Bloody internet. You kind of hear. Yeah, I'm not going to make you contest it because he has a bear trap in his hand. You can't contest a grapple when you've got a bear trap in your hand. He sort of goes, why are you grabbing me? Like, what? Let go. Who the heck are you? And he's looking around. He sees Bin and then goes, oh.
Does this sound
Yes.
like Asmodeus?
It does sound like Asmodeus.
Excellent. In
I
which
think my
case,
friend's got a bone to pick with you.
a big mechanical bone. He's gonna draw a knife.
And
He pulls a knife on him. Yeah.
what are you? Oh God! Why are you here?
My fucking arm.
And
And
over
where's
there.
the girl?
Turns
Okay.
his head.
Okay, right. I can answer one question at a time. Let's do
Sorry.
one at a time. Okay? I appreciate that having a knife pushed at me is not the smartest thing. Anyway, your arm is over there, and he points to a pedestal. There's dim light all over this cavern, but there's the pedestal with your arm on it and a very bright torch above it. The only thing in the room that seems to be well lit.
I'm gonna do an insight check.
Go for it. By all means, go get the arm.
That's a 9.
Check for traps. Check for traps specifically then.
Bin's trying to
give
work
me
out if
give me a perception check or investigation.
The insight check specifically is like is this a sensible thing to do? Is this the right sensible thing to do? I got a 9.
Yeah. Okay, I will tell you this. On the insight and the investigation combined, he is telling the truth. That is Bin's arm. It is trapped. And he was hoping you'd walk over to it and just go
Bin
grab
definitely
it.
starts walking over to it.
Mhm. What do you mean, trap? There's a proximity sensor in the front of it. If you approach it from the back, it won't trigger.
Is he telling the truth?
Give me an insight check.
Gio, squeeze him. Squeeze him, Gio.
I am squeezing him to the degree that I rolled an 8.
Do it again. Say advantage, because you do have him grappled at this point. He is hostage at this
That's
point.
worse. That's
Okay.
a 4.
You can't discern if he's telling the truth or not.
Then I would, as I can't tell, I will just speak to him in soft tones in his ear.
A nice Welsh.
I'll say, as you can see, we know a thing or two about traps. And let me tell you this is the nice approach. You don't want to see what the one-armed man can do with a knife and a turnip.
Turnip?
Bin the torturer, they call him. Mad Bin.
Bin
And I tell you
casts
this, I killed 300 people yesterday, and he's the scary one.
Give me an intimidation
Bin-
check with advantage.
Bin is going to cast prestidigitation using the you create a non-magical trinket or
Yep.
illusory image that can fit in your hand, and it is of a turnip.
And with advantage, that is a natural 20 for 20.
Okay.
Hells yeah.
He kind of starts shaking for a second, and like I'm telling the truth. It really is just the trap at the front. If you go around the side, you're fine. Just take the arm. We're not even. I forgot to turn this place offline.
It sort of weighs a little bit more than an arm.
Normal arm.
I'm not sure if you should touch another man's arm, AJ.
Hang
to
on,
be honest.
hang on.
Yeah.
Weight of adult arm in pounds, because everything in D&D is
Is
in
in
pounds.
pounds.
One arm weighs about is about 5% of your total body weight. So an arm weighs about 8 pounds. So this one probably weighs between like 10 and 12. I would hazard a guess.
Yeah, that sounds about reasonable.
I don't know if it is reasonable. I don't work in Imperial.
Yep, go for it. There you go. Grabs it, pulls it across the cavern, and it's like, there you go, there's your arm. Your lovely metal arm. Do you immediately go to touch it? First of all, does T4B touch the arm? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Now we know that it's trapped. It's been pulled through. Bin will. It's been offered to him, but Bin is going to be watching Jeffrey as it happens. He's suspicious because he went to go get it. I'm talking it through, and I'm trying to not metagame it because you did ask if I touch it. He would be suspicious because he knew that it was trapped. T4 has moved it using Mage Arm, hasn't necessarily approached it from the way that it was said. And so Bin will say to T4, he'll say, put it at Jeffrey's feet.
Okay.
Can I control my arm? Can I control that arm?
You can control your arm at this range, yes.
Fuck yeah! I'm gonna grab Jeffrey's ankle with my arm. Just like.
Okay. I need to.
That's fine. I've got him in like a half Nelson, and yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about what happened during session 1 and what Bin did to his arm after it got disconnected.
Yes.
So for those who may not remember, in his final moments of being able to speak to his arm, he decided to cast a spell on it. Which was it? Shocking Grasp? Was it? I can't remember.
It would have been Shocking Grasp. Yeah.
It was Shocking Grasp, which is still active on the arm. It's not had any other command to not do it. So by all means, please give me some Shocking Grasp damage.
Do you want me to roll to hit first?
No, we'll say it's. We'll give it for free. Why not?
Cool.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's restrained. What's he going to try and do? To like lift his ankle up off the ground?
That is 3.
Okay, so you just hear like a zah. Oh, really? I've already touched that thing. Oh. He sort of like moves his ankle back away from the arm.
And Bin will have the arm, then like let go and just like crawl back over to
So I wasn't having a discussion of if Bin touches his own arm, he enchanted with his own magic. Is he affected by his own magic?
I mean, it opens up a slippery slope, but if we can cast damaging cantrips on ourselves, I'm okay with that being a precedent.
Yeah.
It's not like I can learn spells that make people do stuff that I want them to do.
Yes, it's very dangerous, but
cool. Dominate humanoid. Sure. I want them to cast touch spells on themselves. A cleric, cool. They're just going to keep inflicting wounds on themselves.
So I'm pretty sure commanding spells, you can't command them to do something that would. Yes, you can't give them any
That's
instructions
right,
or
you
to hurt
can't.
themselves.
Yeah.
But
Not yet.
Not yet. But no. So you have your lovely mechanical arm back with straps still there. And a very singed and now bleeding from the arm, Jeffrey.
I think you should probably take a seat and sit very still, Jeffrey.
We don't really have seats here.
Oh, you can sit on the floor, he says, and then pushes him down.
Okay, so at this point, Jeffrey is now sitting cross-legged on the floor, bear trap still in arm.
Yeah.
At this point.
So, what are they going to do with the girl? When? And how can we get there? All one question.
You really do just... You don't know, do you? I figured if you were so intent on trying to save the girl, you'd at least know why.
We do the job in front of us.
Called object permanence. Maybe you've heard of it. As Bin's there, just like
reattaching the arm.
Yeah.
Look, there is going to be a summoning in 2 days' time, and Larissa and her sacrifice is the key to not opening the portal. That's the wrong word. We could open that tomorrow. We could open that now if we so wished. But
Cool,
Larissa is the key to making the portal stronger.
okay.
There's no point starting an apocalypse if it's just going to be a tiny little puff of air. If you're going to start an apocalypse, you make it big and impactful. That's why we need
obviously,
Larissa.
otherwise trading standards would come after you because you've missold them an apocalypse.
Yeah, and those guys are brutal. You don't want those guys on your back.
Absolutely.
But
Worst nightmare for anyone who's franchising, man. Oh, crikey.
yes, I've heard they've started taking action against anyone who says anything in papers now. It's ridiculous. But anyway,
I'll be honest with you, Jeffrey. You're being very compliant, and I like this about you. You see, I think you could have a great future, not invoking apocalypses on people. I'm not saying you have to do anything worthwhile, but like you seem like a nice guy. I think you'd be a great middle manager. You know? Are you getting the upward mobility that you think you should be? As been still there, just like straps. There's a lot of straps. He's like getting extra straps.
Perhaps
out.
work for some more tangible overlords.
Ben, give me a persuasion check.
You don't want that. You're better than this, Jeff.
No.
Oh, that's a 16 plus 6 for a 22.
No, I mean, you know this from being in the portal. You assume the person that shouted at Jeffrey to begin with, as you were stuck, must have been Kay / possibly Quinn. So you know this woman doesn't respect Jeffrey enough to even use his, ritual name and just calls him by his first name. So Jeffrey clearly isn't that happy here. Now, given the fact that he's been convinced to, intimidated, shocked, bear trapped, he's feeling extremely compliant, and sort of goes, well, I will admit that when I first joined, the idea of ascending to a kind of godhood did sound like a particularly nice endeavor. However, the middle management of this place doesn't treat me with the respect I deserve at times. I mean, I only asked to be called Asmodeus, but no, I'm not good enough for that. It's Jeffrey. Jeffrey, open this portal. Jeffrey, open that portal. Jeffrey, why don't you go and get me my shoes? And
That's all they have you doing, toing and throwing and portal opening.
I'm very good at it.
You know all about the portals.
Well, yeah, I'm the summoner. It's my job.
Oh, cool.
There's a
That's
network of
cool.
portals.
Sorry, Asmodeus, that's really cool.
Yeah, no, I made them all.
You made them all?
Well, yeah.
Does anyone else know how to make the portals? Is that like specialist knowledge?
I assume other people probably do know how to make them, but to build a network like this takes time. I've been building this network for about a year and a half.
I think the guild would really benefit from a network of portals.
Fuck, I hate being Bin. No, you're right, I don't. Bin is gonna turn to T4 and be like, so Jeffrey is like the only one who knows how all of the portals connect. Is that right, Jeffrey?
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus, I'm sorry. I'm foreign.
Look, it's fine, but no. In a pinch, Quinn can open them herself, but she prefers to keep her energy for the more intensive parts of the ritual. So she taught me. It requires casting a spell in the same place for about a fortnight. After a fortnight of casting it in the same place every day, eventually you create a stable hole that you can then summon and jump in between.
Sorry.
It's going to take a while, and I'd rather not do that while I'm currently bleeding from my arm.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I cast Uncure Wounds. Oh shit! Fuck.
I mean, I suppose I could. And ooh, no. Yeah, no. He's fine. He's back to being full Jeffrey. He takes the book and begins scribbling. I will give you the stat block for it later, but this is a acclimatized. So you get two spells. One's called acclimatized portal, and one's called open portal. In a gist, you can, as he says, if you visit the same spot every what was it? If you cast it in the same spot every day for 14 days, it becomes an active portal. You can use the activate portal spell to then, wherever you're standing, open a black hole that lets you jump out the other side to where you've attuned to it. You can attune as many as you like up to your proficiency modifier. Nope, these are special attunements to the portal. So in theory, you can at the moment have two.
Hedge, could you just check AJ's audio?
Oh, give me a second. Yes, AJ's audio has gone dead.
Oh.
Give me a second.
Sorry, viewers.
We didn't realise.
AJ's been saying some very astute stuff. Really interesting, cutting edge stuff.
Try now, AJ. No, give me a second. I will just press a button on here.
Yeah, AJ actually explained cold fusion to us all. So you've really missed out there, viewers.
He has. So T4 has just cast Cure Wounds on Jeffrey, so that he's less hurt. And then that's why I said Uncure Wounds. Oh, he's gone completely.
That's right.
That's why I said Uncure Wounds.
Oh no, I cannot get you back. That is really weird. Try that, yes. Try backing out for a second. And I'll invite you back.
So, viewers, have you had a good week? Have you had a good time? You get up to anything interesting? Play any D&D?
We all like D&D. We all like TTRPGs.
And as I say, the only issue is nobody knows what the D and the D stand for. And
No, I know.
will we ever know?
I think one of them stands for dogs.
I thought one might have stood for Dias after last week, but
Oh, Dias.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
It could be Dias and Deus.
Ooh. Dias and Dice.
Oh, Dias and Dice is a pretty good
Oh,
dinosaurs and desserts. I like dinosaurs and desserts.
try that.
How about now?
Ooh,
Can people hear me now?
There we go. Yep.
I'm back.
There we
There
go.
he is. Hooray!
Huzzah.
Hi, Chris.
Hello. So can everyone
Sorry,
just
we're
do
back.
can everyone just do a quick 1-2 for me?
1, 2.
1, 2.
1-2 was a racehorse.
Yep.
2-1 was 1-2.
There we go. Yes. So P4B does have the new portal casting ability.
Cool.
With cure wounds
Cool.
and uncure wounds. But yes, you now have a fully healed Jeffrey and a new set of spells that you can now use.
Tell me,
Ben is-
Asmodeus, if my friend was to cast the portal to appear where the portal is in the forest,
Mm-hmm.
would Quinn feel it opening?
Okay, so unfortunately, your friend here, pointing to P4B, the networks are separate generally, so you can't
Okay,
interact
so if
with
you were
ours.
to cast the portal to the forest for us,
She would definitely know that I'm doing it, but that can't be that bad, right? Surely,
Sure.
I think,
Sure.
possibly.
Yeah.
Look, man, you've done us a great favor. My arm, and like been like it's fully armed and it's articulating. It's doing like a
Hey,
weird.
there we go. We've got the mechanical arms back.
I'm just saying we probably need to have that done tomorrow then, rather than today, so that we can all be
Yeah, let's
a little fresh.
have a rest up. We can talk more with Asmodeus here about, what he
Yeah,
wants to do in his
Um,
life.
I mean, that sounds very, very sweet. However, you do realise you are standing in one of our, for a lack of a better word, outposts. I mean, I'm the only
Don't
one
worry,
here.
you're taking us to the goblin camp first.
And okay, no, that's fine. I can do that. Okay, Goblin Camp first, and then
And you're staying there with us.
So hang on before we teleport away.
hang on. I believe Thingy's now
Where's my
froze.
camera gone?
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Off and
Uh,
on.
Before we teleport away,
Mhm.
Ben is just going to look around the room.
We definitely want to explore around
If
here.
there's
Yes.
any doors or anything.
There's no doors. This is all a naturally forming cavern.
Cool.
There's like what are they called? Stalacades if they're going up, or
Stalagmites and
Stalagmites.
stalactites.
that's it.
Tights.
Yes.
Stalactites.
Well, you've got
Stalactites
both.
come down and mites jump up.
Okay, well you've got
Might
both.
poke you in the ass.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
So you've got both. A lot of the ones going up have torches affixed to them to light the place up.
Cool.
There are this looks like, and actually no, give me a bunch of investigate checks from all of you. Let's see how observant you are as you go around the room.
Let me just try my
Oh.
camera again.
Oh,
Bye, Mike.
you had it there for a second. Mike.
18.
Yeah, it dropped
18?
out again.
Ooh,
Just,
18 as well. 19
18.
minus 1.
Nice.
just a 12.
Okay, that's fine. So,
This keeps on dropping out. I might switch to my other camera.
okay. Well, while you do that, I will describe what is going on, as long as you can still hear us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this looks like once upon a time, possibly up to yesterday even, this was a very active little place. There's remnants of where sleeping bags would have been, or like hides. Furniture's been moved, crates have been moved, very similar to the kind of effect you saw at the Goblin Camp itself. Suggesting that Jeffrey has been tasked with moving goods in and out of this place. It's now pretty barren. There's a couple scraps of paper that's been left behind. Most of it's in intelligible text. Nothing that you can immediately read. Does anyone speak Draconic?
No.
I don't think anyone
I
does.
do.
No.
No.
I didn't think anyone did, but yeah. These are all these pages left behind are all squiggles and squaggles for you. None of this makes particular sense. These pages, you can pick them up if you want to take them with you, but at the moment they don't mean anything.
We definitely want to take them with us.
Is there this cavern
Yep.
we're in? Is there a visible exit from it?
There is an exit. There looks like a small passageway leading up to the top. You can see a little bit of sunlight at the top.
Gio is going to take a scoot down the exit and just clock what area we are in.
Okay. Going up, you get to the surface. You are. It's weird because you think with it being a cavern, you must be in some sort of rocky area, but you come out and you are actually in some plains somewhere. The entrance is actually one lone large rock in the middle of this large flat land. But looking around, you can't. No, give me a survival check. Actually, let's do this fairly.
It's a 10.
You have no idea where you are. You guess that you can't be too far from Willowshire. You can see the Gallow Mountains in the distance, so you know you're still in the region. You just don't know roughly where you are.
Right. Do I have anything useful? No. That's fine. I will just kind of go, shrug my shoulders, feel very disappointed that we hadn't popped up like in the middle of the Penfold estate or something, and head back down.
That would be something. That would make travel a lot easier.
It would, wouldn't it? So, hey, you know how we've said to Asmodeus, maybe you can take us to the Goblin camp? Well, why don't we ask Asmodeus to just take us to K now?
But I was just thinking we've all been a bit hurt, and you've used some spells.
Nice to have a little
You
rest.
might need a rest.
We
know
could take a
we've
little
got
sit now.
a little time.
We can have a little cup of tea for like an hour. You got tea in here, bud?
What? No, this place is empty. I'm in the final stage of like taking the torches down, and then that's it.
Sure. Okay, you're taking down the shelves and stuff before the landlord comes. I get it.
Everyone knows you leave the kettle until last.
Hey, these people don't care about Jeffrey, Asmodeus. You know, they don't care about him. They take the tea away.
Look.
Well, it just so happens that I have a crowbar, which cannot be any good for making tea. I'm sorry.
No. Okay. Look, how about I just get you to where the Goblin camp was? It's not too far from Willowshire. You can rest there. It's central to the area. And I'll continue, well, trying to blend in. So that no one suspects anything.
I was more thinking you'd stay with us and then tomorrow portal us to the forest, but
I'm not sure that would be for the best. Give me. I'm going to allow you to decide, all of you, which you decide is more important. Give me an insight check or an arcana check. You can only do one each.
I mean, I'm bad at both, but I feel like I would be doing an insight check.
Yeah. Ben would also probably be doing an insight check because I think we're caring more about his intentions than we are about anything else going on.
Yeah, and I suspect T4B would probably be wondering about the mechanics of how the portal works because he's the one who's looking after the portals.
Like Bin's got a good Arcana score,
Yeah.
but at the
He-
moment
he-
he's trying to work out whether he can
Yeah.
trust Jeffrey,
Yeah.
Asmodeus.
Jeff Modius. That's a 24 from me on Arcana.
Okay, fantastic.
That's an 11 on Insight from me.
Okay.
And a 15 on insight from me.
Okay, congratulations. You passed both DCs to get the entire block of information. Whoop. Jeffrey
Yay!
is scared. It's almost like Geo. He knows he's being watched. And on that amazing Arcana check, as you look around, you can sense magic. You can't quite pinpoint the location, even on that Arcana check. This is good magic. It's very good at hiding. You can sense you're being scryed on. And Jeffrey seems to have clocked onto it too.
Do his eyes go anywhere in particular?
He's looking in the far corner by the entrance.
Okay, so T4B will move around so that he's kind of blocking the view.
Yeah.
And he will tap his shield, and a little message will come up saying, "We're being scryed on by near the doorway."
Jeffrey will nod slightly, and he's not. You get the impression that he's used to this. This isn't the first time this has happened. But he kind of very slowly goes, I suspect I can't stay. I think I have some questions I need to answer.
That's fine then. Yes, if you send us to the Goblin camp, once we've all had a little rest, then we will ask no more of you and not get you in trouble with your superiors any more than the fact that you've been captured by 3 thugs and forced to do their bidding will get you in trouble with your superiors.
As soon as you finish saying that, E4B, you feel it go.
It's gone.
And yeah, Jeffrey goes, "Ugh."
Who's the door? You said we're being scried on by the door. Who's the door?
Maybe meant an area. Even I got that.
From by the door.
Oh! I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
I just don't know whether to trust Asmodeus
I
or
mean,
not.
he could have misspelled Theodore, I guess. Being spied on by Theodore.
No, it's... I need to make a few choices. Give me a second.
There won't be many choices. You're going to send us to the forest.
And are you serious? You want to go into the forest now?
Yeah, there's berries and stuff, man. You know.
Right, no, look, right. Please, listen. Kay is already on the other side. If I open that, well, she could either walk straight through, or you'd walk straight into her.
Well, I'm assuming that she's been watching us.
Mm-hmm.
So she's seen what you said. You're going to send us to the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And then I imagine immediately after you sent us to the forest, you're going to have to open a portal and go and see her. So she's expecting a portal to open.
She is, and she may be expecting me to come out. But I have a suspicion. That when I walk through that portal, I will no longer be a mortal.
That's why we're walking through the portal, not you.
What if? Hi, Jeff. That's
Hi.
Asmodeus. Sorry, it's me. Hey, look. So if you go to if you put us in the Goblin place, you suspect that Quinn is there, right?
No. Quinn's not at the goblin camp. She's in the
Right,
forest.
in the forest.
If I take
She's
you
in
to
the
the forest now,
Yeah.
you're going to walk straight into her.
Cool. Okay. If you teleport us to the goblin camp,
Mm-hmm.
nobody will be there?
Well, no, we've not used it. It was only ever used for pulling deliveries through. Okay,
She'll know
Quinn-
that we're there.
Quinn now knows that you are going there, but there are a few advantages to that. She avoids Willowshire. She doesn't like having a public presence around there. It's too suspicious, especially now that Larissa's gone missing. Penfold's gone. Mental
Okay.
would be the weird word for it.
Yeah, we have to deal with that too. The Larissa is
Mhm.
with Quinn in the forest.
No.
Okay, take us to Larissa, my friend.
I-
Take us to there.
Okay. I can take you to Larissa.
Sorry,
This-
friends, but I don't want to wait around
No,
for us to play silly buggers, which
I
I,
just
I know
assumed
is.
she was in the forest already. That's why I said take us there.
No,
Let's go.
Larissa was pulled to where we moved to. We've moved from here.
Oh, I see.
We've gone to a
Right.
new place ready for the summoning.
Okay.
We've moved her there. I'm going to warn you. I can get you in. Obviously, you can't come back out. And
Look, there's one of two things, okay? We teleport there. There's lots of cultists.
Mhm.
We say, hey, have you considered not doing this? Because that's a really viable alternative. They say, hey, fair enough. You know, by Osmosis, I like the way his
Mhm.
head is. And then we get Larissa, we go, and then we contact you know, our employer and be like, hey, there's people trying to summon demons out here. We're not equipped for this. Send a fucking paladin, you know? And that is kept under wraps.
okay.
Or we go in, they turn us into pink goo, and you don't have to worry about a life debt to us.
This is insanity.
For you, Asmodeus, this is a wiener. Can we do it in 1
his
hour?
healing potion while this happens.
Can we do it in an hour? Can we teleport in an hour? Take like maybe a quick short rest?
If you
know,
want to
have
take a
some-
quick rest, by all means, take a
have, like,
rest.
some decent-
Bless you.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm sure things will have happened. But whatever, have a rest, and then we'll
just-
go.
Just above table to my fellow peoples. That is my suggestion of what we should do. If you have another suggestion, I'm open to it. I'm ready to hear it.
Completely agree. I am downing a healing potion.
I mean, before you do
I'm
that,
choking.
obviously, if we're gonna have a rest, then you don't necessarily need the potion. But also, I wouldn't mind if we had like maybe a few hours.
A longer
Because, you know,
rest.
I don't just a
You
little
want-
bit longer because
long rest.
I don't need a full 8 hours. I just need a few hours. Just to
I think for a long rest, it still has to be 8 hours. It's just that because of various reasons, you can meditate for 4 to gain the. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe from I'm quoting this from the top of my head here. I'm pretty sure that elves only need 4 hours to count as a
You
of
do
long
course.
rest.
4 hours, you
Sorry.
get the skin
Yeah.
benefits as
Yeah.
a human would in 8.
I completely forgot. Also, I'm half elf, and I don't get that. So why should you?
Yeah.
Do we actually think we've got 4 hours to play with here? That's the thing.
I mean, you've
Well, I mean,
got all the time in the world, really.
The summoning
But
is
how much
tomorrow.
time- How much time does Larissa have?
Larissa has 2 days.
She's got till tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, 2 days.
Okay.
The meeting in
So
the
they're chill
forest
meetings
Meetings
is
tomorrow.
so,
sorry.
yeah, meeting in
the
forest
meeting
is
in
tomorrow,
Emerald is tomorrow.
and then you have the actual
summoning
summoning
is
the day after.
The day after. So
So we need
I
to-
think we
we
should
need to-
take a few hours now just to kind of rest up, and then go to Larissa and see what we can do.
You know, as a DM, you get those jitters, those vibrations in your arm, going, "Oh God, there's a big door and they're about to open it."
Do you know, as a player, like sometimes you get those big jitters where there's a big door and you're like, "That's a boss door."
You know,
No,
the
you see,
player, there's a big red button that says don't press this too early.
Yeah.
Yep, we're going for it.
I want to press it.
button.
I know we shouldn't, but
Okay.
No, you can by all means go for it.
If you guys want to do, okay. Democracy. Who wants to wait for a long rest?
I am happy healing up and taking a short rest because I have only lost a pass without trace in terms of things I can't use without taking a long rest, and that is fine by me. As long as I get my hit points back, I'm good to go.
Some hit points.
I'm a swing axe hit thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Sure.
And on the plus side, like I say, I mean, I get all my stuff back after a long rest, but for
4
me, that's
hours.
only 4 hours
Yeah.
rather than 8.
Okay.
And so that means you do you have any, rather than me wasting hit dice is all I'm thinking, like I either drink my healing potion or if you have any healing left, we can do that before you take the long rest and then you get everything
I mean,
back.
yeah, I've got like one more slot I can do.
What are you like for health, Josh?
I will be fine after, I expect, a short rest. I'll be fine after an hour, and I've actually not used many of my resources. Because I'm the sort of player that's like, but what if I need it later?
I'm playing T4 as quite reckless and just
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's do 4 consecutive short rests,
Yes.
or 1 long rest for T4.
if that's
Roger.
all right. And then So before we do that, I will cast Cure Wounds on Geo, giving him 7 HP.
Perfect. That takes me to like 6 off full, so that's fine.
Okay. Sorry about the complicated discussion. I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page.
No, it's important. It's important.
Yes. It gives me time to also get my affairs in order in my head.
Because I'm guessing it's going to kick off. So
I'm
In a
just
manner of
case he
speaking.
looks in again, Asmodeus, I'm going to tie you up very loosely,
I'm going to badly tie you up.
but I don't want her to think that you're just here chit-chatting with us of your free will.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I will loosely bind Jeffrey's arms behind his back and
Okay.
Fabulous.
Awesome. Right then.
And I will also put the bear trap back into my inventory.
Roger. Okay, you guys are going to take a 4-hour short rest, and I think that's where we will also take a short rest and have our break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to say 20 to 5, where we see what happens when you decide to jump several steps and go straight to
a
the
few chapters ahead.
Yeah, when you go straight to the final boss battle of the chapter.
Right.
Oh well. So
Okay.
we will see you in 10. Bye, see bye.
In fact, I
Hello.
was specifically told my actions wouldn't have consequences.
Welcome back. I'm just trying to explain to everyone how doomed they are, and yet they can't quite grasp what they've just done.
I mean, we grasp it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. There's this lovely Jenga tower of lovely bricks I've put together for you, and you've taken a hammer and gone right across the center. It's fine.
I'm glad you're getting an introduction to the approach we will be taking for the entire campaign, nice and early.
Honestly. Right. Okay, so before we kick off, to confirm,
This bloody camera, what is going on?
4 hours. That is how long you want to rest for.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to make rolls. What happens while you're resting?
And to be specific,
Mhm.
it'll be 1 hour of resting for Bin, and Bin will spend the next 3
Yes.
hours just like keeping his head on a swivel.
In case anything bad happens.
And yeah, we are functionally allowing Tifa to
Yes.
rest.
So,
I'm wandering around,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
scratching
and
my
I
name in rocks, and
I'm in a trance, you know.
Yeah,
Technically, I'm still about. You know.
yeah. You don't all have to. Since only P4B is the one taking the trance rest, the rest of you can do whatever you want the remaining time. Okay.
We're gonna set up a trance rave.
And-
I'm playing noughts and crosses with Asmodeus, but I'm having to put his in because obviously his hands are tied behind the back. He keeps winning though.
Bin is genuinely keeping his head on a swivel. He's keeping his back to a wall at all times.
Okay. In that case, so T4B's in a trance. I need both Bin and Geo make Arcana checks. Bin can make it with advantage because he's so vigilant right now.
That is a 21.
Perfect.
And I rolled an 11.
Okay, so absolutely, Geo is too engrossed by noughts and crosses to feel or notice anything. Bin, now you know that you were scryed on and you kind of know what to look for, you begin to notice it every hour, maybe, almost on the hour. Another scry appears in a corner, watches for a moment.
Is it the same corner?
Nope, different corners. Different caverns, different crags. In a dark corner somewhere, a scry appears and watches for a moment, takes stock, and disappears.
Okay. After that happens the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes,
Mm-hmm.
Bin will come to Geo and Jeff and say, "We are still being watched fairly constantly. I think we should move into the little corridor by, the way in, because like that kind of snakes around, doesn't it?
Yes. It's not a straight line, it does snake.
Yeah. I think we should move into
Well-
the little corridor.
While I know why you're saying that, Bin, do you not think it looks more suspicious if we move out the way, though?
At the moment, they know where we are.
They know where we are, they don't know where we're going, and Jeffrey is our prisoner as far as they can see.
They heard what we were saying to Jeffrey. They know that our intention was to go to the goblin camp.
But we're not going to the goblin camp.
Yes. So they would be like, why? What are they doing? And then they will just send people here.
Well, we're clearly chilling.
All right, maybe I'm being paranoid. All right, that's fine. And he's going to turn and look at people who's there. It's like, look at him resting so peacefully. I'm aware of anything that's going on.
I
I'm
mean-
beautiful.
I mean,
Geo
I'm
is
kind of
just,
aware.
like,
I mean,
fixated. It's like the false plan means nothing if they think that we are aware that they're watching us.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Bin is then going to just like stand in a corner and hyperventilate a little bit.
Okay.
Geo is going to scratch a rough approximation of what he can remember of the goblin camp.
Hmm.
in the dirt, marking like features and
Hmm.
kind of a path that we're going to take to the
Yep.
forest, and so it's like so drawing a false
Good
plan
idea.
on the floor.
Bin is going to he's going to from his position in the corner, he's going to sit on the floor and he's going to start rolling dice. Have a dice set. He's going to start rolling dice.
Go for it.
And yeah, that's what he's going to do. That's his coping mechanism.
Aside from the occasional scry, nothing else happens. No one arrives. A portal opens. You're relatively safe. The 4 hours clocks on. EP4 no longer needs to be in a trance. I can wake up having a long rest.
He'll stand straight up and be like, "Okay, we ready?"
Yep.
You look at Bin's little notepad and you see that he has he's been rolling an icosahedron, and each result has come out an equal number of times.
Jeffrey sort of like looks across you all like, are we ready?
No, but let's fucking go.
I still think this is a suicide, but
Look, Asmodeus, everything that happens, and whether it happens or not, we cannot control.
okay. You'll need to untie me first. I can't do the portal.
Sure. Hey, Asmodeus,
Mm-hmm.
I trust you, buddy. You got this.
It's fine. It's fine.
Try to stay alive, and if you can, we've got your back when we get everything done.
And if you need to run. Don't spill your brilliant blood over this. But if you want to help us, you can. And the final third thing, this is not a sales pitch. This is a recommendation. You could totally join the Steelhaven Adventurers Guild as like a consultant.
I suppose.
I don't know if they do consultants, but like you're a good guy, Jeffrey, and like I know that you wanted to summon demons and things, but it's because it was such a good idea. It's a really cool idea, but we don't like demons.
I suppose. Anyway, let's get this over with, shall we?
Let's do this.
While they're doing that, I'll do one of my defensive field uses,
Okay.
by the way, on my.
That's fine. So
And Bin, well, Bin is going to target 3 creatures within range.
Mhm.
That'll be T4, Geo, and Jeff.
Okay.
And he's going to cast the 2nd level spell, Aid, increasing everyone's hit points by 5.
Nice.
Is that 5 temporary hit points or?
No,
No.
your maximum hit point is increased
Oh,
by
wow.
5
The duration.
for 8 hours.
Oh, okay, that's cool to know.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, you're worth it, buddy.
Sweet.
Jeffrey Satasmodius holds out his hands, casts the magic required to open the portal. Again, that same black dot, tiny dot, almost pinpoint to start with, appears and then grows into a deep, murky, black sphere. Okay, it's open, attuned straight to Larissa, straight to our new home.
By God, don't fuck us, boy.
Let's go.
And Geo leaps in.
Yep, shield, crossbow. Let's go.
Bin just, goes in as well. He's got no equipment to equip, but he goes in.
Okay, so you 3 go in first. As you go in, you come out. Expected.
You
in
go in,
another
you come
cavern.
out.
Yes. You're in a cavern. But as Bin comes out, being the last, the portal starts to shimmer a kind of weirdy light blue color before it suddenly collapses on itself. Jeffrey doesn't come with you.
Jeffrey did fuck us, sure.
Maybe he didn't.
Yeah, as long as he sent us where we want to be.
what-
Yeah, maybe
What-
it's not his fault.
What else is in the room, please?
Yeah.
What else is
I
in the
need to know
room?
how appropriately to react to
Focus
this.
a veil.
So, that's the wrong one. Give me a second.
Oh no.
You immediately see that this cavern is much more brightly lit than the previous one. There are loads more torches, there's no dim light. It's actually quite nice in a weird, macabre kind of way. In the middle of this huge cavern, we're talking, 150 to 200 foot wide at this point, is a large, round platform. And on this platform seems to be runes etched into the stone, laid out in a circle, with what looks like in the middle some form of binding. No one's in there yet. To the left of that, at the very end of this cavern, is a large stone arch, which at the moment, just an arch. There's a few runes etched onto the stone as well, but for the most part,
Do we recognise any of these runes as being similar to the ones that were in the dilapidated temple?
no.
Because I copied those onto the stone.
You
so-
did. They do not match.
Okay.
What you are looking at would immediately sort of sacrifice area would sound
Sure.
probably reasonable. That's cool. That's nice. You've got nice surroundings. What's not so nice is the fact that as you walk out, it's been 4 hours.
Yeah.
Did you really think that they wouldn't maybe clock on that this was a ruse? You are immediately accosted in front of you by 6 cultists.
Cool.
They have their weapons drawn, but they're not pointing aggressively. They're more defensive. They're more there to contain rather than assault.
Is there one that seems to be more in front than the others?
They're about equal, maybe one a footstep more forward. They very much are on crowd control, but behind the back of that, you can see more of these cultists. You can see at least, even without counting, there's at least another 7 to 10. Yeah,
So that's a total of 13-ish? 14-ish?
13, 14, possibly 16-ish at the top range.
Right.
Okay, cool. Jeffrey has
Yo.
fucked us.
He
You
cracks his neck and just smiles at
As-
the nearest cultist.
give me an intimidation check.
That's a 9.
They're not that scared by it.
That's fair.
Whoops, wrong one. They're not scared of you, it seems. But again, they're not attacking you. Even after the attempted intimidation, they are still very much waiting. Would be potentially the best word.
worries me. Yeah, that worries me.
P4B will shoot the lead one in the face with his crossbow.
Yep, that's fair.
Give me a.
Sorry.
Give me a.
I've played D&D with AJ before.
Give me a roll to hit.
That is a nat 20. I
Nice.
cannot.
Go for it. Roll
That
damage.
is when to pull it out. So, that does. So we roll double dice, or do you do a full for one of them?
It's double
remember how we did
dice.
Double dice. Okay.
Double
so-
dice and add the modifier.
Okay, so 2d6 plus 6 for. So that's for 12 points of magical piercing damage.
Ooh, nice. But you killed this guy. This guy, full on, takes an arrow to the face, crossbow bolt to the face,
That'll do it.
Yeah.
falls back.
I'll shout, "Give us the girl!"
You
That's my turn.
you see
Please.
that they are about to charge forward. When all of the sudden they all stop. And they're not there because they're not restraining themselves because they want to restrain themselves. They are being magically restrained.
Being turned around.
Oh god. It's just like a lumberjack match. Is there going to be something like on the platform when we look round and they're there just to keep us in with it?
Not that level, but you do see that a figure wearing a far more elaborate. So the cultists all wear black hooded robes. There's a person
Sure.
wearing a black, white, and gold robe. The hood is still over their face as they walk up the 5 foot to get up onto this summoning platform. They look relatively calmly towards you. And they pull the hood back. And what you see staring back at you is a blonde-haired female. Human female. Blonde hair, parted in one direction, long one side, short the other. She is quite lithe, although the robes to kind of hide what the figure underneath is like. Robes are quite good at doing that.
Don't know how many legs are under there.
Exactly.
What sort of age would we peg her at?
Mid to late 20s.
Oh, balls. It's
She
Larissa, isn't it?
she looks over.
Shit!
Jeffrey!
You look and she sort of looks and goes, "What? Look, Jeffrey, why are you shouting?" Oh, yes. No, I
Oh, no, that was
remember.
Josh. That was Josh. That
Fair
wasn't
enough.
Ben.
Fair enough. Okay, look. I see you have decided to jump the gun, so to speak. Allow
Look at
me.
T4. Did we jump again?
Look, I know what you're doing, and you see her eyes lock onto Din and Geo. I know where you've been. I know who you've spoken to. You didn't think that I couldn't, I don't know, possibly detect that someone was trying to make a temporal interference? It's an amateur trick. It really is. Although, I suppose, when Gabriel's desperate, he's going to try and do whatever he can.
If you like amateur tricks, pull my finger.
And you see that she sort of, at first, she just wants to wave your hand away, and then she's like, okay, I could do with a laugh. She unrestrains one of the cultists and sort of goes, "You." Pull his finger. And he does exactly that. He grabs and pulls.
I headbutt him.
Bin doesn't respond.
Yeah, I'll shoot the next nearest cultist as well.
And okay, both of you roll to hit.
That is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
That worked for Mars.
And I'm striking for some 5
Don't know where that
bludgeoning
went.
damage.
Okay, so he's not dead. He's bloodied and very annoyed.
That's 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm imagining this happening almost like Edgar Wrighty. Like, you know how in an Edgar Wright film, like the combat is always like in the background of other stuff happening.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's like so Bin and who we assume is Larissa have locked eyes and they're kind of having a chat while all this is happening. That's for 10 points of magical piercing damage. I've just got to grab my die.
It's fine.
Too
He's
will-
not
Bin
dead,
will s-
unfortunately, this time.
Okay.
Bin will say to whoever this is, he'll say, "Look, we're just here for the girl. I didn't want to talk to Gabriel. I don't have a stock in this. I'm just a guy trying to make gold so I don't have to eat horse shit. Have you eaten horse shit?
Of course not. But look,
Well-
I don't intend to. And if you'd be so kind as to stop trying to kill my cultists when they're not trying to kill you.
I'm sorry, they're like this.
I mean, it's much easier to kill someone when they're not trying to kill you.
That's true.
Thank you.
Okay, fine. We'll do it this way.
Very nearly
You-
logic.
She waves her hand, and the ground around you all glows as vines shoot up from the ground. I need everyone to give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, balls.
Come on, Geo.
15 plus 1. 16.
Strength saving throw, you say?
Yes.
That'd be that's a 17.
I only rolled a 9 on the dice, but that's 15.
Wow.
So we have a 15,
Oh,
a
boy.
16, and a 17.
Yeah.
Geo and T4B are restrained
Wow.
as these vines wrap around your ankles and arms, holding you in place. As for Bin, you are surrounded by them, but are still free to move, although it may be a little bit more difficult. Now that I have subdued...
I love the idea.
Your
Sorry, I love
associates.
the idea of a vine coming up to wrap Bin, and like he's not even looking. His mechanical arm just like.
Yep, slaps it out the way. Now that I've gone through the unnecessary trouble of restraining your more frustrating colleagues,
They see guys with knives. They're gonna throw down. Have you considered joining? No, he doesn't say that.
no. Actually, before you finish that sentence, yes, I have, and no, they don't pay enough. That's why I quit.
Oh, lore. Okay.
I suppose I should formally introduce myself. My name is Quinn. I
See,
am leader of this little cult, and I want to say congratulations on trying to deceive me by thinking that I would stay in the forest for 4 hours. After like the second scry, I figured that one out.
hey, look. I mean, if it's any consolation, our thinking guy was asleep.
I mean, he was the only reason that we were there for 4 hours.
Okay, look, I don't want to have to go into an argument of who's responsible for what. it's not my fault you made that choice.
Well, I'm not blaming him. I'd much rather him be refreshed when we kick your ass.
Where
How
is
far
the
away
girl?
is she?
Where is the girl?
She is she's about 50 feet away from you. 50,
Okay,
45
I would
feet.
like to fire a crossbow bolt at her.
While restrained.
Well, I mean, as far as I'm aware,
It
it doesn't.
Let me have a look. What does
I
restrained
think
do?
it's just disadvantage.
It's advantage against me, but I don't have a disadvantage or anything like that. As far as I'm aware.
Give me a
Doesn't
moment.
sound right.
I've got conditions around here.
That doesn't sound like D&D.
I'm
Conditions.
restrained, so I can't move. But
You have disadvantage on attack rolls. Your speed is 0. Your attack rolls against you have advantage, and you've got disadvantage on dex saves.
Yeah, so you have
Oh, yeah,
disadvantage.
so I do
can-
have disadvantage.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
attack at
okay, so I have
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yes.
Alright. I
Also,
will
while you
spend-
roll that, hello Raiders. I did notice it did pop up.
I will
Oh,
spend
great.
my
You want to spend
thingy-
your inspiration to counter it?
to have a straight roll.
Go for it.
Amazing.
That is another nat 20. I wish I could show you this. I wish I could show you this. Where is it? It's rolled. The fuck is rolled?
No, it's it's fine. Roll
We are
damage.
agents of chaos.
20.
Roll damage.
You've got to be in it to win it. So that does that goes for 2d6. 6. Doing 9, doing 15 points of magical piercing damage.
She gets hit and sort of doesn't scream so much as hisses.
Interesting.
And
Is her vine thing, is that a concentration spell?
give me a moment. I will tell you. Entangle is a concentration spell. So
Oh, hopefully that would knock it out.
no, she holds on to it.
It's only a con check of 10.
Yeah.
Not a horribly meta game.
No.
Sorry.
But yeah, I mean,
I'll turn that voice off.
yeah, shut up.
Hang on, sorry. I'll turn off the meta commentary.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Previously
like-
on D&D.
we like meta commentary because it keeps us all in check. But she looks very, very angry. And you can see that there is a part of her, she is fighting back hard not to do something in retaliation.
Last power word kill.
She decides to have a go at trying to try and hit you back. And she tries to do it by casting sleep on you. She's making it so there only affects D4.
Okay,
Look, so it's but she's only doing it at
just at me.
just at you, just at first level.
Yep.
Roll 5d8. I'm going to do this in the app. It's a little bit easier than finding 5 actual d8s. Because no one's got
Yeah,
time
I'm
for
actually going
that.
to do this if I wasn't wearing my full face cover helmet. But anyway, carry on.
She does 32 points of damage.
She does not, because magic can't put me to sleep.
There we go. So
Elf, baby.
you see that she looks at it and sort of goes,
I mean,
she
you know.
can't see you under the mask, and you've not been Gabriel touched, so her knowledge of you is much more
That sounds wrong.
restrained.
That sounds so wrong. Anyway, I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He told
so
me with the doctor.
it,
We
she
did actually have him down as a doctor at one point.
she grabs the bolt and pulls it out of her body, and sort of
So
like,
do I get another
Rushes it.
shot? Like we're not in combat, so I'm not entirely sure how this works.
no, I'd say at this point, no, you don't get another shot
Okay.
just yet.
I know.
I'm-
I know that I shouldn't.
Yes, I know
I'm-
you shouldn't.
I'm gonna withhold from saying anything until the monologue is finished.
Okay. Apologies.
Who says that I'm trying to monologue? if you want to try
Convention.
and kill me, try. Look, I don't have to explain myself to any of you. Okay? All I have to say is that my beef or my challenge is not with you. It's with Gabriel.
So why does the girl have to die?
It's an unfortunate circumstance. I would prefer
No, it's a choice.
Well, no, you see. If I want this to work, I need the summoning to be at full power. I can't afford anything less. That requires that I, unfortunately, forfeit her life. That's not something I do willingly, or, wantingly. Let's be perfectly clear here. I might look like a maniac. I am not a maniac. I have my own motivations.
Which are...
Well, that would be too easy, wouldn't it? Let's just say...
Oh, look, we killed 10 of your people at that place. We're clearly,
Okay.
good at what we
Okay.
do.
You
Try
are
and bring
not-
us on side. What's your pitch?
Look,
How much investment for how much equity, you know?
And you want me to... Look, I will say this. I suspect that you have been contacted by Gabriel. He has probably told you that the old gods are coming back, and that I may be some vessel required to do such a thing, and that if they come back, it could be the end of the world, and they would destroy everything. Allow me to make you a counter theory.
There we go.
The old gods are coming back. I am their vessel. But they're not here to destroy reality. They're here to destroy Gabriel. And he, in his selfish attempt to stay alive, is trying to get you to stop me. Because let's be clear here. Gabriel cannot maintain reality. He is not a god. He is a celestial stuck in a weird vortex. Reality is unraveling. And no matter how many time jumps he tries to do, and no matter how much stitching he tries to do, he can't keep it together. But the old gods can. They built this whole reality. They built the mortal realm. If we bring them back, they can restore all this. Keep everything we have.
May I say something?
By all means. As long as it's not an attack.
Been very nearly turned to be like,
Oh.
Must you?
Oh, I can't promise I'll be nice. By my oath, I am not a good man. I try to be, but I know I'm not. But one thing I am is honest. So I'll tell you a truth now. No one has ever done anything for good by surrounding themselves in black-cloaked figures and executing young girls. They can say it's for the greater good all they want, but no good will come of it. So I
Man, I'm
don't
so
know whether
glad
you've
Gio
been
isn't a
lied
Catholic.
to. I don't know whether you've been lied to. I don't know whether you believe everything you've been told, but you're wrong. No good comes from this, and there is no good intent in it. So,
Oh, cool,
Yeah,
maniacal
that sounds
laugh.
like a normal laugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, you should probably be a Grand Vizier. You'd be very good at that.
No. It's just, it's so funny. Like, out of you three, and what I know of you three, the one who's making the most convincing argument is the one who's most intellectually like a potato.
Bin turns to Gio and is like, which one is he talking about?
I think it's D4.
Well, a crossbow bolt is not a very strong argument, I will agree.
You're right.
Look.
I'll holster the crossbow.
Look. You're right. It isn't a good look. However, Gabriel bolted the old gods away from our reality at the moment the collapse happened. I'm assuming you know that, at least.
To be completely honest, T4 knows nothing because we have not had yet an opportunity to explain all this stuff to him.
Hang on, you
T4
experienced a massive reality-altering event, and your immediate response was, "I'll keep it from my fellow party members."
You
were
people
kind of
kidnapped a
busy.
man, kidnapped a woman, even, and you're trying to kill her. We're trying to stop someone from being killed.
And you couldn't communicate with your party? It
He's
sounds like
driving.
you've got some serious trust issues.
Trust issues. We just didn't get
Well,
a
see-
chance to. Hey,
Says
T4,
a group of people who all go by names that aren't their real names.
T4, you're not mad about this? You mad about this? No, T4's not mad about this. We have great trust. I trust that
I
T4
trust
won't
you guys
shoot me.
over her any day.
That's true. Okay.
Well, okay. Let me bring you up to speed a little bit. Yes, Gabriel vaulted the realm of the gods out from the astral plane when the collapse happened. That's how he prevented it all from happening. I will admit.
The end of the world, you mean?
Yes, the end of all reality. I will admit that was actually quite a clever plan. A bit short-sighted, but it worked. Mortals survived, albeit in a much reduced capacity than before. The problem is that he didn't really know what to do after. So that realm has been floating around for hundreds of years, and it just so happens that it's brushing up against the demonic realm below us. That means that for the first time in hundreds and hundreds of years, there is a way to make a solid connection between the realm of the gods and the mortal realm. Yes, it involves opening a demonic gate into one of the worst dimensions the universe ever has.
Yeah.
But once that gate is open, the gods can sense their way through that dimension, through the gate, and order can be restored.
And gods have never been known to be vengeful.
Or wrong.
Well, they've had hundreds of years in exile to consider their position, and I suppose once upon a time, revenge may have been on their cards, but
So these gods have contacted you?
yes.
Cool. Hey, gods, if you can hear me, if not, listen through Quinn. Contact us.
And
Ben is just like gently pushing plants out of the way, as like he's just trying to move out of the plants. He's
an
not doing
entanglement
anything
range,
for
okay.
Yeah, he's just like, come on, gods.
I
Where are
don't
you?
think it is quite that simple.
Because there's just one person that you've spoken to, which is a completely fucking nettles rational thing to want to do to stop the
Well-
deaths of the entire worlds and the planet and the reality we live in.
If I was a collection of all-powerful beings, I'd only want to channel my voice through one person of questionable sanity.
Oh, you're right. That's actually a really good point, Geo.
Are we doing this? Are we really doing this?
I'm just saying.
I would like to
want
cast Magic
hear-
Missile.
And
Yeah.
I would like to flex and try and break my restraints.
okay, I need roll for damage on magic missile and give me a strength check.
Okay, so Magic Missile.
You
So
boy.
1d4. So I'm doing one at the guy that I previously injured,
Yep.
and 2 at her.
Okay,
Strength check or saving throw?
check.
The guy I previously injured takes 2 points of force damage.
He's now dead.
Oh, great. She gets hit for 3 and another 3. So she gets hit twice for 6 force damage.
And I rolled a 23 all in for my.
So you're now free of your restraints.
Yay.
And
Sorry, guys.
it doesn't
Who's
matter
young and
really, to be
impetuous.
fair, because she fails her concentration check, and the vines disappear anyway.
Great.
I'm really, really sorry, Bin, but it seems that no matter how hard I try to talk, some people here seem intent on trying to cause problems.
Hey, look, it's fine. You're not making much sense anyway. So where is Larissa? If she pauses for that long, Bin immediately starts going, Larissa!
And
Larissa, we're here. Your papa has sent us. We're here to do a rescue.
And okay, fine.
There are 14 cultists.
There are 14 more cultists there. She looks, and as you kind of go forward a bit, she gives you one moment. Look, if I was you, I'd take a step back.
Okay. Bin takes a
And
step back.
Not do anything stupid.
Hey.
You mentioned you wanted more proof, right?
Sure. Specifically to hear also what the gods are saying.
Okay.
Because at the moment it's like, oh, Gabriel has spoken to us, so we only know one side of this story, and now you're talking to us, and like you've only heard one side of this story.
Okay.
And, Gabriel is as close to a god as we've spoken to, and you're just a human saying that the gods have spoken to you.
And to be honest, Gabriel's never asked us to kill a young girl.
Yeah.
Not directly.
No, he hasn't. No, you're right.
I don't know,
No,
I trust him.
You see that she pulls out a crystal.
Does it look
and-
familiar?
No, not familiar to any of you. It's
Okay.
you.
'Cause
I mean,
I thought it was going to be that focusing crystal from the tower. It's just like,
well, funny you mention that, because while it's not that focusing crystal, it's like a projection crystal. It stores 3D illusions of things. She turns it on, and you see a illusion of some wreckage. It looks like a ship burning, crashed into the ground. And Quinn just looks over at you and sort of smirks, goes, I may only be killing one girl, but under Gabriel's watch, you've already killed 200.
Oh, I did something stupid, I know
And
that.
let's not
I
forget.
said I'm not a good man.
And let's not forget that Gabriel killed nearly everyone in the Imperium.
well, at least that side of the story is consistent. Everybody says that Gabriel killed stuff.
Anyway, I'll give you your proof you want. He puts the crystal away, and time stops. For you three and Quinn, however, time doesn't stop.
Oh, this happens, T4. This happens sometimes. It's okay. Don't freak out, T4. Stop freaking out!
You see that. Let me just get my notes up a second. I have to give my other notebook. Where is it? You know, when you're just there, like, you saved it and you can't remember where you saved it. So you get a feeling that you've felt before, at least for Bin and Geo. For T4B, this is a very bizarre experience of kind of feeling both tired, like you're falling asleep, but your body feeling light as if it wants to take off. You all close your eyes and everything goes dark. Your eyes eventually reopen. It's warm. First thing you feel. You all can open your eyes and you see this kind of blue, purple, wavy floor. Almost like you're lying on nothing.
God, are we in a nightclub?
Yeah, or like one of those 80s hotels that has the carpet.
And
Anyway.
no, this is like invisible floor, if you like.
Right.
Quinn's standing up. Well, I suppose you three had better actually get up if I'm going to actually show you this.
Where are we?
We are currently in the astral plane.
Cool.
Um,
Ben looks down at his arm. Which arm is it?
Your arm is fine. Don't worry about Gabriel's magic trickery. You're fine from it here. The astral plane is, for all accounts, a very beautiful place. It always has been. You feel like you're walking on thin air, but around you is swirls of different pinks and blues and purples, almost like a galaxy cloud, but you're surrounded by it. With one noticeable difference. If you look up, that lovely swirling cloud stops and is just replaced with a dark, black nothing. Wynn sort of points to that blackness when that's where the celestial realm should theoretically be. Before Gabriel completely ripped it out of existence.
In order to save the world.
Yes, in order to save the world.
I think it's important to add context.
And you're not as dumb as you look. Are you, Geo?
Quite the compliment.
How dumb do I look?
I've seen some of the things you've done. Don't try to impress yourself.
I may be slow, but
So,
I'm not stupid.
do you know how Gabriel maintains reality? How he keeps
I mean,
it
I'm
all
not
together?
a scientist. No.
I mean, as I understand it, he just does his best. In my head, it's like he's holding onto loads of ropes.
Well, let me show you how he holds on to those proverbial ropes. She takes you walking into the astral plane for a bit. You go for a bit of a very weird, leisurely walk with someone who probably wants to kill you. Until she takes you.
If I wasn't worried that we couldn't get back, I probably would kill her now.
Yeah, and she goes on a leisurely walk with two people who definitely want to kill her, and a third person who is on the fence.
She takes you to the edge of what looks like cliff. kind of a weird astral cliff where, you know, the rock's there, but it's not there. It's shiny. You can't quite tell what's land and what's, you know, not land. As you get to the top of this, that darkness from the sky has suddenly come down. The ground, the horizon, everything in front of this cliff is now black. Full on darkness. This is how Gabriel maintains reality. By quite literally burning the astral plane. Now, Bin, you know in your back of your mind that what she just said clicks with what Gabriel said twice. He once mentioned that he was burning an entire realm to talk to you.
Yeah.
And how he was burning energy just to communicate with you. So what she's saying isn't a direct lie.
Well, I mean, I think just to put the target on the table, I think everyone is like telling their own version of a truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't bothered trying to roll perception or anything. That's like, you obviously believe this.
So Bin won't say anything. Probably wouldn't say much with his face other than like a nod. Just like to acknowledge that it's been said. Gabriel has small social spoons. Very good. Sorry, please do continue.
Don't we all?
I don't moan Gabriel for what he did. I think it takes a certain gusto to go into something you don't know and throw yourself into it 110%. So that, you know, he's not, I don't think he's evil. The old gods might scream his name and say that he's terrible, that he's evil, that he wants to condemn mortals to death, but that's not true. I know different.
From what I understand, there are a definitive number of the old gods who literally are evil.
Okay, so there are some evil gods and there are some good gods.
And when Gabriel pretended to be Moradin, he pretended to be one of the better gods. So he chose to...
That's debatable.
Bin makes a noise.
Moradin is the only god we know. So,
Yes.
That's true. That's true. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You know,
look.
So he could have taken on a more domineering persona and oppressed the people, but he didn't.
No,
Look,
he
Quinn,
didn't.
Quinn, you understand that by opening a portal to the demon realm, you're going to you're gonna poke a fuck ton of holes in that veil and let a load of demons into the world, right?
Yes, I fully understand the really bad, you know, decision-making skills here. The problem is...
Hey, that's our MO, man. We love making bad decisions.
The problem is... You're playing with proverbial fire. And while I appreciate that you want to save Larissa and want to be the heroes, there are certain things that if we don't do something, reality ends. Now, you can call me a villain, you can call me the nastiest person in the world, but at least I'm doing something to save that reality. It might not be perfect, and yes, people may have to die, and that's not something I take lightly. But I am trying to fix this. If we do nothing, this all burns. If there's no more astral plane left, there's a good chance there's no mortal realm. It'll start a cascade.
So what you're saying is we have
conjecture.
what you're saying is we have two options, right? You're saying we can help you bring back the gods and let one, maybe millions of innocent people die so that reality as we understand it can be saved. Or we can go directly against you and save one person, and reality will definitely collapse in on itself.
If you want to be in the absolute bluntest of terms, yes. Or there is option C. You choose not to take a side and let events unfold the way they may. You don't have to put your pressure on the scale. There are plenty of other adventures out there. You don't have to pick this one.
Geo turns to look at T4 and Finn.
Thank you.
and kind of raises an eyebrow.
Look, I'll just
And
let you
I-
talk. And Quinn just kind
I-
of walks away from you, so you can have some time to talk without her interjecting or listening.
I think we're all on the same page here, aren't we?
Well, I don't see why the girl should have to die.
There is always an option D, E, F, G.
I like option F. Stands for
Option F
fuck
is-
shit up.
Option F is always fun. You know you're gonna have some crazy zany times with option F. But look, guys, I don't want to be a dick. None of this is our fucking business.
And also, if we killed her now, we'd just be stuck here anyway.
That's true. And also, I feel like she can just kill us right now.
I suspect she probably can.
I mean, she can fly.
No, I think our spirits are here, and she
Yeah.
can just be like, "Nope, no return for you." Can I do like a some sort of check to see if I have any knowledge about astral planes and souls?
Give me a history check.
Do I feel like she has my life literally at her whim at the moment? That is a 10.
You don't know enough, but it does stand to reason that you are currently... Well, you knew that when you were the Gabriel, that you were in two places at once.
Yeah.
And Gabriel did mention that while it might hurt you in this realm, you weren't heavily affected by it.
Okay. So
Geo
it's-
took a mine to the face, but when he
Yes.
came out of it, it didn't affect him.
But this is, I guess and I know I only got a 10.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the thing is, it's like if you die in the dream, do you die in real life, or are these our souls? I got a 10. I don't expect an answer, but that's just the thought process that
it's going
in is
through.
having. So yeah, Ben will say, look, I don't know if she can kill us right now or not. But what I do know is that she will be expecting us to give an answer. And this is a person who can stop time around us and move us to another location whilst also freezing all of her cultists. I don't know why she fucking has cultists anyway.
Yeah, why does she even need him?
I mean, I would say she probably is playing with power that isn't hers.
Cool.
But
Give me an insight check, Geo.
I mean that having been said, I would also happily just
that is a natural one.
You
Who else but Geo?
You have no idea what you're saying is to have any semblance of truth at all.
I think that makes it even better.
Yes.
So she has been lent power. Gabriel clearly has power, and I don't know who's on the right side of things, but all I know is that when I asked Gabriel for help, he was there.
He gave us help. You're right.
I think we're not strong enough to take her out now anyway. I think we should talk to Gabriel about all this.
I just think we have to save the girl. So if that means I have to cut down 14 cultists while you distract her, or vice versa, then that's what we do. She can probably hear everything we're saying anyway.
Probably. And it is the job we were given. We did say we would do it.
As I said, you do the job in front of you. And at that point, I'm going to turn, walk to the edge of the cliff, turn back to face everybody, and just go in for a penny, in for a pound, and fall backwards.
Bin will walk towards him and say, "I don't know what a penny is." Whee!
Pound is a unit of measurement.
Yep. Just because Bin's like, look, Gio's clearly got an idea.
T4B is he's going to walk over to the edge, look round, see if she's watching. She probably is.
She is. She's watching.
Just give it a little.
Gio's idea is that he will plummet to his dream death and wake up in the other world and have a head start.
As we're falling, Bin will yell up, "Hey T4, just so you know, we didn't do this before."
The problem, it's a lovely plan, Gio. There's only one problem with the astral plane. It doesn't really have a top or a bottom.
Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere.
So you've jumped off a cliff and you are falling, but you're just falling into more and more clouds. Eventually, it gets to a point where you can hear a familiar voice in the back of your minds, at least for Gio and Bin. T4B, this is the first time that you can hear Gabriel talking. And it's not in your mind this time. It's out loud. It's physically out loud. It's like, hang on. Whoa. What are you doing? First the prayer. Now you're in the... How? How did you get
Quinn
here?
put us here.
Quinn put you there? Oh, for fuck's
And we'd
sake.
quite like to get back.
So we can save the girl.
Yeah, we'll give him the quick lowdown.
The quick
as we're
lowdown.
falling.
Yeah, okay, right. Well, there's a slight problem with that. If Quinn's the one that's pulled you in, I can't... Well, I can pull you out, but it's going to be expensive. Okay, fine.
Can you pull us out while trapping her here?
That's unfortunately not... If it was as simple as that, stopping her, I'd have done that a very long time ago. But thank you for the thought. Okay.
Hey, Gabriel.
Yes.
Take the energy for the arm. I have my arm back.
Well, that's much more helpful. Thank you. You feel that the bone around your neck, finger bone, is just disenchants. As you lose that as a spellcasting focus now that you've got your actual arm back. Okay, fine. I can
gives
do
him the
something.
finger.
Bonus notches.
That's some adventure, didn't it? Okay, I can get you out of there. I don't think I can get you back to where you were before, but I can at least get you back into the mortal realm. I'll get you as close as I can, but this probably isn't going to be particularly smooth. You feel that kind of lightheadedness again. As you do, give me perception checks.
Ugh.
9.
7.
8.
We have to stop getting consecutive rolls.
Yes.
Feels a bit weird.
Well, it's good that we tend to agree.
Yes.
true.
So you all fall asleep and your eyes close. For the people at home, looking through the narrative camera, as you do that, an entire section of the cliff and the hills behind you burn in a fiery emblem to darkness.
Oof.
You wake back up once more. Your eyes are wide open, which is great. You can feel sunlight. You can feel warmth. You're outside. You can feel dirt.
Dirt's good. You know where you are with dirt.
Yeah, muddy.
The first thing you hear while you're lying on the ground is kind of a exclaim, what the? How did you get on the ground on the other side of the gate? As you sit up, you're at the entrance to the Penfold estate. Bin and Geo will recognize this as the exact spot where Gabriel unfroze you last time.
Ah.
He couldn't get you back to where you were, but he could get you back at least somewhere where he sent you before.
It's where we have been. I like
Yes.
that.
I need you
don't know why I
all to
made a
give
random
me...
acrobatics check on D&D Beyond.
I need you all to make me the customary Constitution saving throw for coming out of dimensional travel.
Oh, 8. Gabriel just isn't good at moving us.
18.
18.
24.
So once again, Bin throws up.
Oh, what? Sorry, guys.
So I'll look at who was addressing us.
It was one of the guards that was there guarding the gate.
We are the guys who borrowed the car.
Long story about that.
Yes,
Another time.
yes, I've noticed that there is no car. You just appeared.
We will get it back. We are currently in hot pursuit for Larissa.
A very hot pursuit because you're right back where you started.
Well, we've been all the way to the mountains.
Okay.
I mean, we've been further than that in reality.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on. Bin just like starts getting up and starts jogging in the direction of the forest.
Awesome. You see the guard kind of waves a little bit, going, "Hang on, do you really want to keep running?" And at that point, it's too late. You've already taken off.
We don't have the car. We could take a horse. Bin's gone, but the other two are still there.
T4B will just sort of glance at Geo, give it a little shrug.
I mean, one foot in front of the other.
Do the job in front of you.
Okay. Is there
Set off
anywhere?
running.
Is there anywhere in the village as you run down the path of the Penfold Estate back towards the village? Is there anywhere in the village you want to stop by on the way before you go?
No, but I'm keeping a
sprinting?
lookout for cats.
Wasn't
cats.
there? Yeah, obviously we'll keep a lookout for cats. We did want to check, didn't we? Because wasn't there somebody above table? I can't remember what the notes were, but wasn't there somebody sus We thought there was somebody sus in the village who might have had something to do with the kidnapping. I'll ask our resident note taker.
I think we chose to go off rather than investigate
Yeah.
whether anyone in the village knew.
Ah, okay.
In
Yes.
this little shantytown thing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, just as a quick glance around, are the guards a little bit more relaxed now? They're not so much feeling like a oppress the people kind of vibe. about the whole-
Willowshire seems to have gone back to relative normality.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
You know, the mayor's daughter's missing, but
the
we've
state
been gone
of,
a day and a half.
the state of, well, think about it. In one regard, okay, Larissa's missing, but the town still needs protecting, so they've still got a job to do. And as far as Penfold's concerned, you're chasing after his daughter, so his guards don't really need to be running around the place all willy-nilly. So for them, the best thing they can do is just kind of keep some semblance of order. I mean, they have no idea the apocalypse is potentially coming.
I will turn to the guard as we're
Mhm.
leaving, and I'll just say, ask Mr. Penfold if the name Quinn means anything to him. We'll be back.
Okie coke. I would like everyone, for the final roll this session, to give me a perception check.
Here we go.
So please you didn't ask for a death saving throw.
Yeah. Yeah. Immediate, like straight away.
Yeah.
It's a 16.
16?
Did I say 21?
1.
I have rolled for the final roll of the evening a natural 20.
Nice.
22.
Nice.
Nice. So I will say
Both ends of the
this.
spectrum tonight,
As
guys.
you-
It was a ride.
As you run down the road, you get to the bit just where it joins with the village. The final sentence of the entire session. You see a cat matching the description of the missing cat. And that is where we're going to leave it.
The job in front of you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jolly good show, everyone. Jolly good show.
So good. So good.
Yes, we almost had Armageddon and we didn't have Armageddon. Although
Yeah, we almost all died.
we almost all died. There was that DM bit where I'm going, they're pressing the button. Don't rise to it, Hedge. Don't rise to it. Let them keep pressing the button. Trust the
Hey.
process.
This button working.
Trust the process. I'm
I was
glad-
told my actions would have consequences. Where are
the
the consequences?
I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I do think the pull my finger headbutt is going to be a classic Geo move for years to come.
I think that's going to become shorthand for we're
Yeah.
going to start fighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Pull my finger. What?
So yes, we've learned a lot.
Nothing.
Things are more complicated than they were when we first started. Because
This is the way.
we only had one direct order and now we have multiple things to consider. Oh well.
Yeah.
And the only lead you have is that apparently within the day Quinn is supposed to reappear to meet this bandit captain as our only lead.
Somewhere in the forest.
Somewhere in the
Somewhere in
forest.
Ambrose Forest.
The good news is
Which Jeff definitely didn't teleport us to where Larissa was being kept.
he did. Hedge table speak. He did. Larissa forcibly closed the portal behind you.
Quinn.
Sorry, yeah. Quinn. You love it when you guys get a mixed up in my head now. They're mixed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quinn forcibly closed the portal. That wasn't Jeffrey
Right.
fucking with you.
Like, I genuinely was just Larissa, skinny, like, it's blonde, about
Yep.
27. And so when you said,
Matched exactly.
oh,
with
mid to
Larissa.
late 20s, blonde, hang on, there's a ruse.
So,
To be fair, we kept asking where Larissa was.
and you
Never
never got
said.
an answer.
Simply didn't give us an answer, which leads me to believe that it's
Could be, could be.
It could, well, look,
Kill
I'm
herself to become a vessel for, yeah, it could.
not
we've
saying
not been
anything.
shown a picture of Larissa, have we?
No.
You've seen, no, you haven't seen a painting. There's a painting on a wall with a younger Larissa. So you know of her general facial features.
Didn't look generally like Quinn.
No.
Okay.
Quinn is human. Larissa is elven.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Um,
that was actually a very.
Yeah, that rules it out then. That's fine.
It's pretty clear cut.
That's a good clue.
that's why my brain, when you went Larissa, went 404. What?
Yeah.
Does not compute. But,
Sorry,
it is.
my brain is going at 1,000 miles an hour.
I love it when it does that. 'Cause that means you're thinking of things. Most of them probably wrong, but maybe you'll straight gold. But we're not here next week. Well, tell a lie. These three are not here next week. Hopefully, if I get a couple of replies back to some invites, we will have another group here.
Ooh.
We're not doing a vortex, we're doing a sidestep. I will say this. There are more than one adventuring guild in the world. And there is a guild up in Dawngush, and there's the Nobu Adventuring Guild, who just so happened to have been given a job.
It's not a recovery job, is it?
And they've sent their best team delve into the endless forest on the hunt for a mysterious benefactor's artifact.
Ooh.
And that, hopefully, touch wood, be next Saturday.
Amazing.
So,
Hooray!
all that leaves me to do is to give everyone... Does anyone want to do a last-minute pluggerino?
Yeah, I will do a last-minute pluggerino. Find me online, etc. The podcast I do, Dice and a Slice, it's really great. We're going to be releasing new episodes soon. You can find all the links and stuff there. Mod perks. It's a nautical D&D 5e adventure. It's good fun. Please do take a look if you feel like it.
I would highly recommend, especially because they have so many unique baked goods.
A lot of cake.
Yeah, I have joked to my fiance that if I ever get a guest slot there, he's gonna have to get out the baking equipment again, because I'm not a massive cake person, but it's like it feels wrong not to be there without cake.
I don't think you're allowed on unless you do or baked goods.
Baked goods. It doesn't have
be
to
a
be
savoury thing, you know.
It could be
But it's
pizza.
got to be
It could be a
baked.
pasta bake.
Okay.
I have used a baked orange slice that was a garnish in a drink once.
Baked.
I think I will go for chocolate cake. Chocolate cake is simple.
Ooh, good shout. Good shout.
I like chocolate cake.
That's my plug.
I have nothing of my own to plug. As always, I am just a pleb. But I will encourage anybody who likes things of a funny nature to go to Twitter at Matt Heighton, a lovely man who is a digital comedy genius. He's currently going through many epic movies, inserting Mr. Blobby into famous scenes. So if you want to see Mr. Blobby as Scarface or Mr. Blobby as the T-Rex in Jurassic Park, honestly, check this guy out. He is hilarious and a super nice dude.
Hang on,
Mr. Blobby as a T-Rex is too scary for
I
me.
am just writing Mr. Blobby as Quinn. There we go. That'll make a nice Halloween episode. I think that would make the scene significantly better, actually, when you arrive through the portal.
Well, I hate to bore you with my
Yes.
that is my next character. Should Gio make it through the campaign? So.
Just the whole premise of his character is he's been invited to a house party, but doesn't know where it is. Anything from you, AJ?
No, find me on social media. You know, we've had a good time.
in terms of me, this week, next week actually, it's Saturday now, isn't it? Next Monday, I'm on Manapot doing some form of Starfinder. I can't remember which of the two groups it is, because we've had 2 weeks of technical difficulties and, well, real life difficulties. I can't remember where I am. I'm just there. I'll be told when I'm playing on the day, and it's like, yep, okay.
As it should be.
Yep. Wednesday is the session 0 for the new Fallout session here the week after on Thursday. We are getting our 1950s groove on and going to explore a wasteland, which I legitimately cannot wait for. Fallout is one of my favourite IPs of all time. I have been trying to learn the Mr. Handy voice, and I am not that good at it. So hopefully next week I can improve. But there's that. Immediately this next week on the Friday, I am finishing up the 2-shot on Forest of Lore, where I get to play a level 12 wizard, which is the highest level character I've ever played in D&D, and too many spells, not enough time to go through the spell book. Especially when you've only got one level 6 slot, and you're like, I can cast like 28 spells here. It could take that
Spellcasters that high, I end up just picking spells and sticking with them.
Yeah.
I don't ever change them in the morning. I don't ever pick new ones. They're just the spells.
It's a wonderful experience of Forest of Lore. Dal, the GM. We got Chris.
They are wonderful.
Chris as well, isn't it? Which is fantastic. Chris is just full of energy, and I love it. I'm there for it. There is another person, is it Lane, I want to say, who's usually on Forest of Lore, which is they're really amazing. Yeah, come join us for that if you're free. 5:30 GMT on Friday, bit of an early one. But I will leave you on the thought of our 3 party members running down this road, suddenly seeing a cat, and suddenly, like, almost 45-degree turning it to divert towards the cat. And with that, I should hopefully see you next week, and we'll see everyone else here in a fortnight's time.
God, Ben, please don't use lightning lure on the cat.
Bye.